Hi, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? My name is Charles Zavala. I am a lawyer and owner of Zavala Texas Law here in beautiful Houston, Texas. We are a law firm that handles cases of immigration, criminal defense, as well as small business claims. Today I have a really fun video about you regarding it's immigration. It's something called a TN visa. And it really only applies to Canadians or Mexican citizens, Mexican nationals, and I'll explain to you why. But if you are a Canadian or if you are a Mexican, this is a video that could benefit you big time, right? And that's kind of the reason why I'm making this video. We handle a lot of TN visas here at Zavala Texas Law, and a lot of people call and say, hey, listen, thank you for your videos. Thank you for your educating us, because they now qualify. We've been able to get them a TN visa when they didn't even know this existed. Okay, so this is a really cool, important video if you are from Canada or from Mexico. Okay, so first off, what is a TN visa, right? So the easiest way to explain it is this: USA, if you look on a map, is like right here. Above it you have Canada, below it you have Mexico. These are our two neighboring countries. So ultimately what happened is this: the USA, listen, we entered into a trade agreement called NAFTA, which stands for, let me just make sure I don't mess it up, North American Free Trade Agreement, right? And that's essentially saying, listen, we're neighbors, we should have some sort of, it should be a little easier for us to work with each other, right? So NAFTA came out, and with that, we were able to apply what's called for a TN visa. And what a TN visa is, if you hit these criteria or if this eligibility, you will be able to apply and you will be able to get a visa to come live and work here in the USA. You could also bring your family and children and be able to work here, and it's something that you're able to renew over and over, okay? So I'm going to tell you today what the requirements are. Today is, let's see, April 26th, 2021. Requirements can always change, right? Anytime USCIS or anything, they change rules. But as of today, these are what the requirements are. And it's been these requirements for a while. But if you have any questions, we're more than happy to help you. I'm going to be looking over here at this screen because I kind of got a little outline I do for all my videos, just telling us exactly what we need, okay? So first things first, TN visa is part of the NAFTA deal. You got to be either a Canadian or a Mexican citizen. That's step one. If you're from France, if you're from El Salvador, if you're from anywhere else, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you are not going to qualify because this was a deal that the USA made with our neighbors as part of the NAFTA agreement, okay? So that's the first one, Mexican, Canadian. Second one is that your profession, the job you do, has to qualify under the NAFTA list. And to do this, it's NAFTA, there is a list, right? If you go online, and we will attach it to the bottom of this video, there's a list. It's not that every single job is available for the TN visa. No. It's got to be something that the USA, when they came together with this agreement, they said, listen, these are certain types of professions that we need here in the USA, and we think that we can find people from Mexico and Canada to do them. So I'm not going to tell you what all the professions are, but I will include that link at the bottom of, or in our bio right here, so you'll be able to see. So that's also very important. You have to make sure your job, your employment, what you're going to be doing falls under that list. And there's a little bit of wiggle room with that. So what we try to do is this. We try to see if there is a profession that you have certification for that you can fall under. But at the same time, we can kind of try to bend your job description a little bit as long as it qualifies. Obviously, we can't straight up lie. No, we never want to do that. But, there's some job descriptions where you're like, yeah, you know what, I think I could fit in that. So that's something very important to be aware of. But look at the NAFTA list of jobs, see if you qualify for one of them. That's the second requirement. Third one is, well, this one's kind of a no-brainer, but that there is a company in the USA that wants to hire you, right? It's not like you can come here with a TN visa and then start looking for jobs. No. You have to have a company in the USA who says, listen, hypothetical, there is Carlos in Mexico who does this job and we need him here in the USA. Okay, so you need a USA employer to petition for you or to a company to request for you to come here. So that's three, okay? So Mexican or Canadian, you have one of the jobs is on the NAFTA list. 2, 3, the company has a vacancy. They need somebody to do that job. Okay, so we're at 3 so far. Number 4 kind of falls under number 3 is that you have a job offer, right? It's got to be either full-time or part-time, which is great, right? You are not to be allowed to be self-employed. Okay, and so you can't like request one for yourself. I've had some people who said, "Oh, can I open up a business in the USA and then kind of TN visa myself?" Unfortunately, I think we may run into problems with that with USCIS. But You either have to have a full-time, part-time job that falls under that list. Okay, so far so good. And lastly, to qualify for that job, you have to have the qualifications, right? For example, let's pretend there is a let's see, what's this one we did recently? We did a mechanical, who's a mechanical engineer, right? And remember, there's different jobs. You don't have to be a professional engineer. You don't have to be a doctor. There's different jobs. But the example we did, he was an engineer, and he had his certification in that, right? So you can't, for example, be, let's say I was a graphic artist in Mexico, right? I can't apply for a job in the USA being an engineer, right? Or a data analytics, something that has nothing to do with it. Because immigration, as part of our application, we're going to have to submit, listen, what are your credentials? What's your experience? Why do you qualify for this? Okay? So that is something very important that we need to do. So you need to make sure you have a degree, you have a certification that qualifies under that job. It can't be, oh, I was the world's best cook or the world's best chef in Mexico, but now I want to come to the USA and do data analytics or something that's just not related. Okay, so those are the main things for your TN visa, for your requirements, right? So just to boil it all down, to not make it confusing, you have to be a Mexican or Canadian. It's hands down. You have to, the job you're applying for has to be on that list of TN NAFTA jobs, right? We can find that online, no big deal. They need to be hiring, right? They want you. It's not like you can just go knock on their door and say, hey, I'm already here. Can you give me a TN visa? Nah, unfortunately not. They have to extend an offer to you. It's got to be part-time or full-time employment, and you have to have the degrees and all that stuff. One of the cool things about this is, if you have a TN visa, you're now able to come to the USA, you're allowed to work, you're allowed to live here, you can travel back to your country, no problem. And you just keep on renewing your visa no matter what. But I recently had a question from one of our clients who said, hey, listen, Charles, I am here on a TN visa, but I also kind of got a little side hustle. I got an online business. Am I allowed to do this? And the answer is yes, right? I had to do a little bit of research, because the last thing I hate to do is I don't want to give my clients bad advice and they do something and then they get in trouble and it's my fault, right? But yes, you can have an online business. And now that it's 2021, there's Amazon businesses, there's influencing, there's all sorts of ways that one can make money online. You can have an online business as well as having your TN visa, as long as you still maintain that job that got you your TN visa. So that is something really, really, really important. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think a TN visa is a fantastic visa opportunity for anyone who's from Mexico and Canada. And if you are eligible, I think it's a great idea to apply, because not only are you allowed to work, live here, you can also bring your family. And I'm actually going to make another video about your family. It's called a TD, like touchdown, TD visa, because there's some really interesting strategies that we can take when it comes to that. But they're also able to come. They're not allowed to work, right? But I'll explain that in the next video. But they are allowed to be in school, right? So, a really great thing is that, you can have your children come to the USA and they're allowed to get education here in the USA. Your spouse, same thing. They're able to come in the USA, get education in the USA. But yeah, it's a really good thing. And if you are a TN visa holder, who knows? That employment may lead to something a little bit longer term, right? You may either get H-1B or find some more permanent visa. But I think the TN visa is great. We have a lot of clients who don't want to live in the USA permanently. They still have their families, lives, everything back in Mexico, but they do like the opportunity. So if you feel that you are eligible for a TN visa, or you have questions about it, feel free to give us a call. I'm more than happy to walk you, coach you, explain you, hey, this is what we need, this is what we don't need, because we handle a lot of these visas, and we think it's a great thing if you are eligible for it. So if you like this, please check out our other videos regarding the TN visa, or also we're going to be doing the video about the TD visa, which is for the spouse. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to call us on that number on the screen right there. We're more than happy to do a consultation with you, or you can schedule it also in the description. But if there's anything you need, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Charles Zavala, from Zavala Texas Law here in Houston, Texas. We hope you have a beautiful day, and if there's anything, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.